That's why it says in chapter it.
All right. For those of you who don't understand abbreviations, yeah. Happy? Okay. You still good? Okay. I hate you. We'll see. Anyone still going? Nothing? Cool. I like hearing that. All right. Lego Hulk. 1.5 inches tall. With 1/8 inch hands. How big are the hands on life-size Hulk? If it's 9 feet tall, how, oh how, do I put that? Is it 9 over x or x over 9? X over 9. Because this is tall over hands, then my other one also needs to be tall over hands. Same thing to same thing. We actually need to be 9 feet to x feet. Cross multiply and solve. Feet inches equals feet inches. I don't have to change it. Yeah. So if you had done this versus you did what? 1.5 inches is to 1/8 of an inch equals 9, 12, 108 inches. Right? If you did that, that's cool too. Either way. So your answer is either going to be, so what's that? 9 times 1/8 times 1.5 is 3/2. But we divide by that part. We divide by 1.5. Dividing by 1.5 is dividing by 3/2. Dividing by fractions easy as pie. Flip the second multiply. Like that. So I don't need a calculator for this. I could just get it like that and say that's 3/4. Now if I do that, it's 3/4 of a foot. If you had said 3/4 of a foot, that's fine. What is 3/4 of 12 inches? 9 inches. Or if you had done 108 times 1/8 times 2/3. Again, you get cancel, cancel. Divided by is 90, 108, 36. Getting 36 over 4, or continue to reduce because I'm exhausted, getting 9 inches. So whether you had 3/4 foot or 9 inches, whether you converted or not, you're still going to get the same thing. So, ew. I'll take it because A, it's a terminating decimal, B, they started in decimals, and those of you who have joined debate or have been in court, there is something called precedent. Because oh boy, your head popped up. 1.5 is a decimal in the problem. If they started with decimals in the problem, I'm allowed to have decimals in my answer. Yes. So I suppose I need to put on there or 0.75 feet. So any of those is correct. So I'm going to say A. Did you set up a proportion? Is there actually fraction equals fraction? B. Did you have the correct things matching. Now, it didn't have to be this way. You could have said tall is to tall as model hands is to big hands. That's fine. Okay? But did you match the same thing each time? If you said Lego to model equals Lego to model, height, hands, okay, fine, you're still matching the same stuff. That's okay. So did you do a proportion? Did you set up the proportion correctly? Did you have the work to back it up? Does your correct answer, whichever of the forms you took, and I'm also going to say, did you have the label on there? Or did you just say 0.75 and move on with your life? Do you have feet? Do you have inches? Do you have the correct label to go with your answer? Okay. Any questions on this one? Cool. Then, homie work. Talk to me, Goose. Anything? Nothing? Fairly simple? All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. 19, next page. All right, 19. Find the length and width of the sink. Okay. Each square represents 12 inches. Length and width of the sink. Well, if the sink right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half by 1, 2 and a half. If I currently have that many boxes, well, they said one box corresponds to 12 inches. So I can take that times, well, maybe I want to flip that. Maybe I want to say 12 inches is one box, because I already have 6.5 boxes. Just like our unit analysis problems from the other day. Take 12 inches times 6.5 boxes. So 72, 78 inches. And then 2.5 is 24, 30 inches. Odd bit of trivia, if you haven't done any kind of home remodeling or painting or anything like that, you know that the vast majority of our appliances are 30 inches wide, because most doors are 36 or 30, depending on whether it's a economy unit or not. 30 inches. People just got to think for that. 30 inches. That's what everything is. Your dishwasher, your stove, probably 30 inches. Go figure. We had to measure to put stuff in. So besides, words, diagrams, a little bit iffy. Anything else? Yes? 26? Okay. 26. Okay. Regular Eiffel Tower is 324 meters. The model is 54 millimeters. What scale was used to do that? See how they all have 1 millimeter? That means I want to take my 324 meters to 54 millimeters. I want to divide by the millimeters so that this ends up being 1. Right? Divide this by 54, divide this by 54. Because 54 divided by 54 is 1. So I just grab a calculator and do 324 divided by 54. 56 and 5, yeah, 6, right? Just plain old 6. So, there you go. The key to it is they all had 1 millimeter is. So I know that my millimeter has to say 1 as well. So what do I do to turn 54 into 1? I divide it by 54. What you do to 1, you do to all. Math is slightly communist. So, y'all good? Okay. Then, it's the day. It's time for a review. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I think I left a review on the quiz, too. I don't think I changed the word review at the top. Yeah? 3/4. Yeah, I left it there. Dang it. Okay. Or did I just print it twice? There we go. Hand them out. You like being included. Go. Also, remember, as before we get going on this, y'all, I got to talk to you about it. The way our grades are weighted. Your notes and your homework. Your daily quizzes. Okay? Until we take our final, because our final is an additional 10%. Since we don't have our final yet, it's not a part of our grade. The rest of this is your tests. Okay? Thus far, you have only done 3 of them. So that means right now, that's proportionally what each of your quizzes or tests is worth in your grade. That's why if you got like a 40 on one of them, it don't look so hot right now. That's why if you decided that more than half of your coursework was optional and you just stare at the wall during class, or you stare lovingly into the person next to you's eyes, okay, you know who you are. If that's a thing, well then, getting 360, 52, 68 on your test, y'all coming back here and saying, I'm going to turn in this work from a month ago, it's not going to move the needle. What's going to move the needle is locking it in right now, because we're about to take those 3 spaces and turn them into 4. That's today. Okay? It's 6 problems. It's not a big deal. You review it right before you do it. Do not throw things across my room. It's open notes, open book, open everything. I let you use a calculator all you want, even if you can't fraction. Great. You got notes to help you through it. We're going to do a review that looks just like it right before you do it. You get to tell yourself how to do the quiz on the quiz. It doesn't get any easier than this. Okay? I know for a fact that our other Algebra half classes take your calculators away. They say no notes. Or maybe you get a note card, cram whatever you can on there, go. Okay? You are not going to get more supported in an Algebra half class than this. That's why that is worth such a big chunk. So if you want to move the needle, if you don't like where your grade is sitting right now, lock it in for the next 20 minutes as we go through some stuff. Write notes to yourself, tell yourself how to do it, and then do it. Okay? It's supposed to be zero stress. All right, everyone got one? Good to go? Round one. We started with some literal equations. In fact, we did literal equations last time before our quiz 3, but I just didn't feel comfortable putting that on our test. So we kind of put it on layaway. Here it is. If I want to solve for A, I just got to get A by itself. I use all of my normal procedures. My answer is just going to be a big jumble mess. I'm not going to get A equals 3. I'm going to get A equals a bunch of stuff, an entire expression. So if I want A to be all by itself, who's got to go away?
Q.
Q. A good chunk of you were doing good with this. Maybe put that little electric fence of doom across that equal sign so you don't accidentally put the same thing twice on one side and make the teeter-totter go la 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 la. -5. Okay? -5 again. Crap. Okay? You don't want to do that. That's why that might help you. So if I'm going to get rid of Q, I'm going to add Q to both sides. Show that this zeroes out. Show that you now have 3/4 A is K and Q. Are those like terms? No, not even close. So I just write them. I say K plus Q. Now what's that 3/4 doing to A? Okay. If they're multiplying, we're going to divide. Dividing by fractions is easy as pi. Okay. Now I want to be careful about this. When I take this times 4/3, and this is why I put this in your practice problem, it's multiply both sides by 4/3. Right now, am I multiplying that side by 4/3? Mm-mm. I'm only multiplying Q. I need to take the entire side times 4/3. That would be one of those big warning things. Each side, even if I have to use parentheses. Okay? That's how you don't screw that part up. And then 3/3, 4/4 cancels. A is, now I'll accept two different answers here. Either you can take 4/3 times both of them and say 4/3 K plus 4/3 Q. That works. Option 2, maybe you distribute the 4 across the top like this, and then put the 3 on the bottom. See how that's still 4/3 times the thing? I could even distribute the top but leave the bottom, so it's a 4k plus 4q all over 3. All 3 of these are correct. I'll take any one of them. Okay? They're all good. You're following math law, so they're all fine. Good? Are there any notes that we should write on there? Something that helps you remember it.
Well, certainly the thing about the entire side.
Each side. The whole side. Even if I have to use parentheses. Okay?
What should I write down there? Each side.
If multiplying or dividing, use each side with parentheses. Or math is communist. What you do for one, you do for all. If you're going to multiply that number by 4/3, you have to multiply that one and that one. Okay? For example, if the whole front row was being extremely irritating and I couldn't tell which one of them did a snot rocket up at the ceiling, well then I would just, yeah, it's happened. Everyone points at Cannon. Okay. It's not fair to just give Cannon the detention. I'm going to give it to all of them because I don't know who did it. Natalie's over here like, ew. So. All right. Use ratios to answer. That means those of you who are good with your mental math and proportional reasoning know you cannot just, I figured it out, and write a number. Put proportions on there, okay? One store selling 12 packs of soda, 4 for $13.99. Another one, 3 for $9.99. Who's got the better deal? Okay. It was only until the last 15, 20 years that they started putting the unit price next to the actual price at stores. You all seen that, right? Like next to the price, it'll say, like 9.6 cents per ounce or whatever. They didn't used to do that. It was just geeks like me who were doing that in their head as they were looking at the prices. Then they decided, oh wait, we should just put this next to all of it so people know what the better deal is. Well, be careful. There's a little bit of extra information here. What am I selling? 12 packs. So this 12 isn't actually used. It's just, that's the package. Okay? So I've got 4 for $13.99. So it's $13.99. Okay, before I go writing it, do I want to know how many dollars per pack? Or do I want to know how many packs per dollar? Dollars per pack, right? How much am I spending? So that tells me which way to write it. I need to have money per number of packs, not the other way around, right? Because I want to know how much money per one pack, not how many packs per one money. Okay? Be like, it's like the Geico dude, like, I got you $1. I'm not just going to walk into the store and say, here's $1. How much can I have? Dude's going to walk over the shelf and, hold on. There you go. Like, that's not how it works. So I'm going to say there's $13.99 to 4 packs, or there's $9.99 for 3 packs. Divide them. Grab a calculator. I can't guarantee they're going to turn out nice. I literally pulled these prices from Safeway and Walmart. I drink too much Mountain Dew, so sue me. Okay? So the first one, $13.99 divided by 4, it's not going to come out pretty, is about how many dollars per pack? 34975? 34975? Well, that's not regular money. Oh, does the 7 tell the 9 to go up or stay the same? So $3.50 a pack. Okay, about $3.50 per pack. Why did I put dollars a pack again? There we go. Per pack. What about the other one?
It's about $3.33 a pack.
Definitely answered in a more articulate manner this time. How much is gas up around your area there, Grandpa? About 3.5296983 hours is the monies. Okay. What notes can we write on this to tell us how to do the problem? Unit rate. Unit rate means I need to have X things per one thing, which means I need to divide to get that. Okay? I need to divide. Now the question is, which way do I divide? You have to ask yourself, what am I trying to find here? Which one makes more sense? Am I looking for, maybe the next problem is talking about wages of different fast food places in town. Okay? Y'all teenagers, they're recruiting you like crazy because they know that, hey, child labor, that'll solve our problems. They're going to say, what if it's, I don't know, $200 per 30 hours versus $180 per 25 hours? You would have to divide them, right? I would want dollars per hour. I don't want hours per dollar. Like, I have to work exactly 6 minutes and 12 seconds to make $1. Like, you don't, that's not how our system works. I want no dollars per 1 hour. So you have to ask yourself the question on number 2, what do I want? What am I trying to compare? All right. We have Battle Mech. Maybe it's a Phoenix Hawk. I don't know. And it is sprinting along at 97.2 kilometers per hour. What is that in meters per second? Well, the first question that everyone asks, what the crap's a battle mech? It's those. I'm a geek, okay? Big robot thing, dude hops in, drives it, goes boom. It's fun, okay? The MechWarrior and Battletech games. Originally started as a tabletop game in the 80s. There's like 50 video games for it. You can play MechWarrior online right now for free. Like, it's pretty cool. You blow up stuff. All right. I know. I always start with, what do I know? What do I know? 97.2 kilometers kilometers per 1 hour. Maybe that's something you should write to yourself. Write what I know first. They're going to give me some ratio. Then, you notice right below that, I wrote a bunch of stuff. You get to choose which stuff to use. There might be extra information. You might use all of it. I don't know. But there's going to be stuff there, and what you need will be there. So, I'm going to multiply by a thing. If I want to get from kilometers an hour over to meters per second, I have to change kilometers over to meters. Do I have that conversion? Yes. So what goes where? That's right. I want 1 kilometer here and 1,000 meters here. That way, my kilometers will cancel. Okay, cool. I'm now in, look at the top, meters per hour. I don't want to be in meters per hour. What do I want? Okay, do I have something that goes directly from hours to seconds? If you know it, use it. If you know it, use it. Right now, yes, I have hours to seconds, and I have, hours to minutes, and then minutes to seconds. So, hours to minutes. Who goes where? One hour, 60 minutes. I do that so hours will cancel with hours. They need to be kitty corner. One on top, one on bottom. Do it again. I want 1 minute is 60 seconds. And I want to show that minute and minute will cancel. So if I multiply all the way across the top, we've got 97.2 times 1,000 times 1 times 1. You good? 1 by 1 by 60 by 60. So, what, 3 places, 97,200 over 3,600 is 972 over 36. Well, that's 72, so that's 2. 360. That goes in evenly, doesn't it? 27? Okay. You've been doing it in physical science. Okay. So we did it for a couple of days in here. Are we okay now seeing like this over this? Always make sure they're kitty corner. I will put the conversions right there. There might be extra information. Look at this time. I didn't use that at all. Okay? I'm just going to put conversions up there. You might use them all. You might only use 2. I don't know. I'm just going to put stuff there. Okay? Number 4. Solve. You notice we got a little more mojo on it because if I said 3/4 is 51 over x, I think y'all were way too good with that because it was just Jesus fish. Right? Now I'm still gonna Jesus fish. I just got to be careful that when I cross multiply, what do I got to do? Parentheses and distribution. Okay. So when I take this times 4, maybe I'll just write out 4 times that stuff. Just in case. And I'll say, I sure hope you aren't just going to type the button X. Because X is a stored value from the last time we did a regression series in pre-calc. So don't do that. No, it's not a random number. It's a very specific number from the last time we did a polynomial model. But you don't want to do that. So 3 times that stuff. Freshmen go, words? What is 4 by 18?
4 by 18 was that.
4 by negative 2x.
8x.
3 by x. 3 by 2. All right, we've been doing these long enough. Are you okay if I double dose?
Yes.
Or do you need to do it in 2 separate stages? If I say add 8x here and add 8x here, this one will go away. Who's going to be lonely?
It would be that 72.
So bring them a date. I can one-shot it like that. -6, -6. I am allowed to one-shot it like that. Stop that. Okay. So now I can show red that 66 is 11x. If you can one-shot like this, go for it. If you can't, if that's too much going on at one time, then don't. Just move something and then play the Who's Lonely game. Okay. After that, divide by 11, divide by 11. Now notice it doesn't say solve and check. I'm not going to force you to, but you can, right? There's no reason to get this wrong if you can confirm that you did it correctly. What would be a good note on there? Like, don't screw this up. Distribute. Maybe again using the words parentheses. Put parentheses around numerator, around denominator, then distribute. Okay? Don't get the easy points off just because we goofed. Okay? Gonna make a model of a highway on a ramp. The length of the model is 4 inches. So just tiny itty bitty little thing. The actual length of the on-ramp is 500 feet. So this really is an itty bitty model. How long would a 32-foot truck be if scaled down to the model? Compare the correct thing to the correct thing like we just got done doing in our daily quiz. So what's something we know? I know 500 feet. 500 feet is what?
The length of the actual ramp.
Okay, the real ramp. So I can now compare that to the model ramp or to the real truck.
Real truck.
Real ramp to real truck? Oh wait, we know the real truck. We're trying to find the model. So then, if this is ramp to truck, I better say the same thing. If I did ramp to truck, I better say the ramp is 4 inches to the truck is X inches. And then, Jesus fish. Okay, 144 over 500, which is not going to be too big. You're talking about like 1/4 of an inch. Point what? Did you cut that off? Oh, it was terminating? Cool. Now here's why that's important. What if it was rounded? What would I change about this answer? Squiggles. I would make sure to write approximately. Okay. The way that I always remembered these was big A is to little a as big B is to little b. That way I remember to compare the same type of thing. Thing A, thing B. Ramp, model. Okay? If it helps you, great. If not, don't. And then, said we're halfway through the semester, you're going to start seeing this more and more. Verbal expression, meaning turn math into words. We have to be able to go from math to words and words to math, otherwise we're never going to be able to do any of our word problems. So, what I want to caution you about, if I say, if I write that, I'm wrong. Because, ain't I multiplying by the entire thing, x minus 8? Right now, this might read as 5 times x minus 8. This is 5x minus 8. How do I fix that? Yeah? Although, you know what? I'm going to give that to you because I don't know that it's going to be x, right? It's just a number. So, I'll give that to you. Okay. But still, yeah. A comma could be kind of a breath in the sentence. 5 times a number minus 8. It's sketchy, but I'd probably take it. Okay? What do you think?
5 times the difference between x and 8.
There you go. Specifically when I say the difference of, that groups things together. I'm going to say 5 times the difference of. Because as soon as I say difference of, it tells me, hey, I'm going to subtract things, and the and is where I put my subtract.
I see what you did there. I like it.
Okay. The difference of a number and 8. Do y'all remember stuff like the difference of, the product of, the quotient of, the sum of?
Yes.
Do you remember if I say the quotient of x and 5, is that x divided by 5 or 5 divided by x?
X divided by 5 goes in order.
because the order is stated there in the sentence. How do I put something at the end of a problem? Then. Okay. 8 less than a number. Okay, put it at the end. All right. We're going to keep bringing that stuff back because it's not enough to just use it and forget it. This is now the 4th time we have done this. You should know how this goes. If you would please, devices over there, scramble yourselves. Oh, wait, no, I made the seating chart. We're okay. I'm just going to... I want you between those two. Nah, you'll be fine. I made the seating chart. You're fine where you're at. Okay. So, devices over there, please make sure they're off. Not just, well, no one texts me this hour. No, like off. For example, you might have a really annoying teacher that just keeps spamming the entire class on Remind so he can go over there and find out which phone is buzzing and give that kid a 0.
You should just like send it to the whole class and see who's phone is not silent.
I've done it. Just make sure they're off, okay?
Apparently we're too quiet and we're not in the class. Is your dancing class better than a white one because the white one doesn't talk or do anything?
We just tell stories off of it.
I mean, to be fair, when a class is dead quiet, it hurts inside.
You want to see a picture of Mr. Bent in front of the Wiener Mobile? He was talking about that today. He said you're
So anyway, open notes, open everything. Okay. Hey, listen. Hi. I screwed up. I make them at the same time. I did not switch the word at the top to quiz instead of review. This says review. The second that it gets in front of you, scribble out review and write quiz so you don't accidentally turn in your review instead of the quiz. Because if you walk out of here with the quiz, you got to come back and take it over. And it's a different form. Okay? So, scribble out review and write quiz, and then go bonkers. Okay? You should be turning in, when we are done, you should be turning in your Chapter 2 note packet and your notebook or folder, whatever it is, that has your daily quizzes and your assignments. You don't need to be talking while we're doing it. In fact, if you're yakking while we're working on a quiz, or if I see you go grab your phone and have a device anywhere near the quiz, I'm going to assume it's for nefarious purposes. I'm probably going to turn yours into a 0. So don't be that kid. Did I miss you two, like entirely? Sorry about that. There you go. Okay, everyone got one? All right. And just while I'm thinking of it, Heath and Ava, I still need your come in and do quiz 3. Okay? And come in during Spartan time tomorrow if you got time for it.
That's not mine. No, that's not mine. Is this yours?
Freshman. Okay. All right. Have at it. Peace be with you.